You are seeing correctly, I do have a Sonic the Hedgehog mug, and I'm afraid it's not tea. I don't drink tea as much as I'd like. It's Dr. Pepper, and I've nearly drank 2 cans, because 2 cans can fit in here, roughly. So, yeah, I think I should stop drinking that now, because it'll rot my teeth. Welcome to my summer reads video! Woo! I've waited to do this for a long time, because I had to pick each book I was thinking about reading, and then I decided there were too many, so I took a few out, and there's still 66, I think. So, yeah. I have really narrowed it down from 79. I am intimidated by all the books that are sat next to me, so woo! Beginning with my ARC / books from HarperCollins, I have Icons by Margaret Stoll, and I've just started this one, so this is my first summer read. I am about 26 pages in, I think I am. At the minute it seems fairly generic, so I have no idea what's going to happen, but it seems like a typical post-apocalyptic story at the minute, so I'm hoping it won't be. Then there's The School of Good and Evil by Saman Shadani. Then I have Unbreakable by Elizabeth Norris. The Arrivals by Melissa Marr, and I think Melissa Marr was the person who wrote Wicked Lovely, I think it was. And my final book from HarperCollins / ARC is Earthstar by Janet Edwards, and this is the sequel to Earthgirl, and I haven't read that either. Moving on to my borrowed books, because I've borrowed a couple of books from my teachers, and they have recommended a couple to me, so this is sort of my recommendations / borrowed books from teachers. So I have read a couple already. I read 4 actually. What have I read? I've read Mr. Pip, Michael Morpurgo's Private Peaceful. I've read The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and I just read The Voyage of the Frog, which is by Gary Paulson. Now I am going to be reading A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini, and I've got The Kite Runner as well, which is here. So I'm going to read that later. So I'm going to put that back, actually. Leave that there for now, but I'm going to read A Thousand Splendid Suns. Then I've got Z for Zachariah by Robert C. O'Brien, and I know that Andrew from Heavy Shelves did a review on this, so I'll link that down below, because I found that really helpful and useful for my expectations of this book, because I have literally no idea what it's about, apart from the fact that it's post-apocalyptic, so I'm reading a lot of post-apocalyptic books at the minute. My final borrowed book is Watership Down by Richard Adams, and I've been waiting to read this for a while because I'm also going to read these. I've had these, which are like kids' books of Watership Down, for a long time, and I think I saw if there was there a cartoon or something, and I think I saw that, and I've got Hawkbit's Discovery, Hazel Raids the Farm, Fiver's Bad Luck, which always made me sad, and then Primrose's Great Escape. And I assume that these all have the same characters as the novel, so I am going to read this, and I'm going to read these before this again, because that's the way I did it before, and this is the way I'm going to do it now. So now we're just moving on to my books, and I'm not going to say anything about any of them, because I have no idea what any of them are about, apart from the ones that I've read before, because obviously I do know what those are about. If I sound a bit weird, by the way, guys, I've got a cold and my nose is blocked, so obviously I'm trying to breathe at the same time as talking, which isn't going quite as well as I would like. So I've got The Kite Runner, as I just showed you, by Khaled Hosseini. I've got The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, which my English teacher has recommended to me. She said it's really good, but I think Jack hated it. Jack from Reading with Jack, who I mention all the time. I think he might have done a review on it, and if he has, I'll put that in the description as well. He said he really didn't like it, so I've got mixed expectations about this book. Then I've got The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger, and my drama teacher recommended this to me last year, so I did pick it up, I bought it, but I've not read it yet, so I'm going to do it this summer! She's recently had a baby as well, and it's really cute, so that was just something you didn't need to know that I just told you. Oh well. Then I've got Gone by Michael Grant. I'm entering the party really late. Delirium by Lauren Oliver. The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I've got the first 3 books in Warriors The New Prophecy, because I haven't read this series at all yet. I've only read the first series of Warriors. There's about 4, I think, and they're starting on the 5th, which is gonna be set before the first series. I think that's how it's going. So I've got Midnight, Moonrise, and Dawn. I can't talk, I'm losing my voice. And we've got Wolf Brother by Michelle Paver, The Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole by Catherine Lasky, which I think is the first book in that entire series. I heard about this through Owl City's song, the one that he did for the film To the Sky, and I really love that song. It's really passionate, and it with the video as well, it's really cute, so I found out about this through that. And I bought the film as well, and I haven't seen that either, so maybe I'll read this, watch the film, and then listen to the song repeatedly. I've got 2 books by Michael Morpurgo. I've got The Amazing Story of Adolphus Tips, and then I've got The Butterfly Lion. I've got Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. I've got all 4 books in the Uglies series, which match, which is really cool. I love the covers on these. I've got Uglies, which is this one, Pretties, which is this one, Specials, and Extras. And I've only ever read Uglies and Pretties, so I'm going to be interested to see what happens in the final 2 books. I've got Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I've got the first 2 books in the Joshua Files by M.G. Harris. I've got Invisible City and Ice Shock, and I'm going to warn you, if you think these covers are cool, they are, but as well as glowing in the dark and freaking you out, they also stick together, so it's difficult to pull just one out of the shelf, so I'd recommend maybe putting a piece of paper in between each. I don't do that myself, because actually there's enough gap in between each book on that shelf for me to just pull it, but that's a warning to you guys. I've got The Hobbit by J.R. Tolkien, and I'm not sure about this because I hated the first book in the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring I think it is, and I hated it, so I'm not sure about what I'm going to think about this book. I've got The Life of Pi by Ian Martell. I'm not sure if there's going to be another book in this series, I'm not sure how long it is, but I've got Hollow Earth and Bone Quill in the Hollow Earth series, I think it is. And these are by John and Carolee Barrowman. John Barrowman is obviously Captain Jack Harkness in Doctor Who and Torchwood, so that's where I've heard about him from. And his sister is a professional writer anyway, so I was interested to see how John's writing is, and because he's a good singer and actor, I think he'll be a good writer, so I'm interested to see what goes on in Hollow Earth and Bone Quill, which sounds really creepy. Got the first 2 books in the Perfect Chemistry series, I think it's something like that. I don't actually know what the series for this is called, I think it's just Perfect Chemistry. I've got Perfect Chemistry and The Rules of Attraction, which are both by Simone Elkeles. Got Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, which I've read before, but I haven't actually remembered what it's about to read crescendo. I've got The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stavato, which my friend Ashley absolutely adores, and she draws fan art for it, and it's absolutely amazing, so I'll link you to some of her fan art in the description. She does such good fan art, and I really love it, and I think the one that I'm thinking of is a crossover with Skullduggery Pleasant, but I'm not sure if it is or if it isn't, so I will find out and tell you in the description if you want to go and see some amazing art. I've got Switched by Amanda Hocking, and I think that Brad from Bookway Review will actually throttle me if I don't like this because he's in love with her writing, so dangerous ground here. I've got the entire Hunger Games trilogy. I am a terrible fan of this. I've only ever read the Hunger Games, so I'm definitely going to move on to Catching Fire and Mockingjay before Catching Fire comes out in cinemas in November. I think it's November. I hope it's November. I've got the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, and this is a really controversial book, I think. Everyone seems to either love it or hate it. It is Marmite, but in book form. I've got Department 19 by Will Hill, and I'm supposed to have read this years ago because I got the proof copy of the first book before it even came out in 2010, and I never read it, so I'm definitely having to read this. I've got The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. The actual price of the book when it came out was 20 quid, but I never saw it sold anywhere for that price, so I picked it up for 10 quid, I think. A quid is a pound, by the way, if you're not, native to England. I've got House of Secrets by Chris Columbus and Ned Vizzini. Got Bakuman Volume 1 by... oh god. The story's by... ugh, I hate these names. Tsugumi Oba, which I think... is he the guy that did Death Note? I think he is the guy who did Death Note. And then the art is by Takeshi Obata. That's an easy one. I want to reread my entire set of Otoman volumes by Aya Kano. So I've got, if I can do this in the right order, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, and I'm secretly praying that these are all in the right number order, Volume 6, and Volume 7. I've got the first volume of Siren, I think you say it like that because it's got the silent P on the front, but I'm not sure. And the story and art is by Toshiaki Iwashiro. I've got National Velvet by Enid Bagnall, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon, Pegasus and the Flame by Kate Ahern, Northern Lights, aka The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. I've never read this, but everyone says his dark material's really good, so I'm going to start on this series this summer. I've got Geek Girl by Holly Smale, and I have loads of HarperCollins books on this pile. I've only just realised how many I have as I'm going through them. But she's a new author, and apparently this is really good, and HarperCollins were, you know, giving out badges and glasses and things when it came out, and I really wanted a badge, but I didn't win one. It said geek on it, so I felt like just pinning it to myself, like, geek! But, yeah, she follows me on Twitter, so I kind of feel obliged to read her book. I've got Across the Universe by Beth Revis. I'm finally reading Divergent by Veronica Roth. I've got 2 of John Green's books. I've got An Abundance of Catherine's, which I was really glad to find in this cover, because I hated the other one. And Looking for Alaska, which is apparently just as heartbreaking as The Fault in Our Stars, so this sounds like fun! And the final book I hope to read this summer is The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. Phew! Well, I have no idea how long that video was, but I hope it was enjoyable, and I hope to read all of these books in summer! Let me know in the comments below what you are hoping to read in the summer, or what you're reading at the minute, or let me know a good book that you think I should add to this really long list, and, you know, challenge myself to read even more than I think is possible in summer. I can tell that my voice has gone weird because I can feel my nose is completely blocked, so I will see you in my next video, which will be the long-awaited room tour! Woo! Or else, should I do the bookshelf tour? Bookshelf tour, room tour, bookshelf tour, room tour. Let me know which one you want first, because I will do both. Now that I've done all of these book videos, I can put them back. So, yeah. See you next time, guys, and I'm going to indulge myself with the fruit pastel sweets I have in this thing. What's it called? It's called a bowl. I have sweets in this bowl. Okay, I'm going. Bye!